Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us. What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
All right.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Hello, I'm Billy Coppin, Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Hey, it's Kay Boning with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Karen.
I'm Toy. And I'm Denise.
And from all of us at Walker County Federal Credit Union, good morning, Huntsville.
There we go. We should just have an audible show today. Okay. Oh, see, look, we did. I didn't even have you. I had you muted.
You know, most people prefer it that way.
Now it's on. There we go. There we go.
I'm
Bridget.
much more tolerable on mute.
No, you just go like this. Hey, there you go.
Shazam.
We could mime. I haven't heard Shazam in a while.
Shazam.
There used to be an app on your phone called Shazam, and it would. I think there was.
I don't know.
It would listen to music and then tell you what the song was.
Oh.
So if you were listening to the radio and you had no idea what the song was, or maybe you were at Kmart, you know, back in the day, although they probably didn't
I don't
have
think we had cell phones
yeah.
when we had Kmart.
Then you could Shazam. Somebody found these Kmart cassette tapes of all of their elevator
in-store music.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you see this?
It's on YouTube.
It was hilarious. And somebody had the.
It's lost. It's okay.
Oh, there it is. We had a pen loss. We had something popped up, and it was neat. I was like, "Hey, man, these are cassette tapes of Kmart music."
Yes, it's on YouTube.
Someone said that Kmart we had a Kmart in Huntsville. Did you know about that? Were you here then?
I remember Wieners and Gibsons, and I remember when the first Walmart came, where Hobby Lobby is now.
Was that a big deal when Walmart came?
It was.
Because you had to go to Conroe back in the day to go to Walmart, probably.
We had just moved here.
I remember our weekend trips. There's a little town called Round Rock, which is now a big town outside of Austin. They named it.
There's a Round Rock.
There's a Round Rock right there in the river. The Brushy Creek is where it is, and you could drive by and see the Round Rock. But it was neat because on the weekends, our big deal was let's load up and go to Walmart, and couldn't wait to get to the Walmart snack bar when Walmart still made their own food. You could go in there and get like a 59-cent slushie or an icy, and I'd always get the mix. I don't know. I remember one of them was like Coke, like Coca-Cola, but I don't remember what there. You could get the white one and the dark one.
Oh yes.
The white one was some other flavor. It wasn't coconut.
I've forgotten about the white ones.
But there was a white one and the dark one. The dark one was Coca-Cola, and my brother and I thought we were cool. We'd swirl them, and the lady she said, "I can swirl it for you." And then you would get the dome. If you paid extra, if you'd get the little dome on top, because you'd get a little bit more.
It's like the camper top for your pickup.
Yeah, I like that. There you go. And then the spoon though, or the spoon, the straw.
The spoon with the spraw.
Yeah, it had the spraw. I like that. It had the little flap on it, so it's like at the end you could spoon it out. Man, I miss those days. Can we just get back to the icy, please? We just need to get back to the icy.
I think 7-Eleven still has Slurpees.
Yeah, but now because you said that, I'm going to go to 7-Eleven today and get one. Well, hey, welcome in as we get rolling here. Episode number 469 on a very thankful Thursday. Thankful to have Bridget Maloney as our guest host today. Bridget was already going to be a guest.
Yes.
But I said, hey, can you come in a little bit earlier? Pastor Jason here at First couldn't be here this morning. Spring break. And so he wanted to spend some time with his children. We said he only has 10 children, so he wanted to spend some time with them. And we said, come. I said, man, no problem at all. And I started thinking, who could I have on? I said, well, Bridget's already going to be here. Why don't I just make it an extended show with none other than the Bridget Maloney? And, I started thinking, you have a pretty good name, too. It's Bridget. Yeah, right. I have a Bridget. Yes, so now I have a Bridget on the show for this morning.
We're just everywhere.
Yeah. Well, welcome in. As always, big thank you to Elliot Herzlich. And I promise I'm paying attention. I'm doing some background work. I forgot to fire it up Spirit Radio this morning. And we do have quite a few folks who listen on our Spirit Radio FM app. But we are here. Thank you for joining us this morning as we start another edition of Good Morning Huntsville, inching ever closer to that 470. Before you know it, here in a couple of months, we'll be at episode 500. Maybe we'll have a balloon drop. Billy said he's never been part of a confetti or a balloon drop.
He wasn't at the other place when I did the confetti?
I don't think so. Were you there that day?
I did that.
With Michelle?
Right. I remember I brought the confetti bombs.
That was you.
Did we ever get that cleaned up?
We'll have to ask that new guy over there, the artesian.
Because you just kept saying, leave it.
Yeah. Literally, when I was moving out of that studio, there were still pieces of confetti. And then did you bring the coins also? Mm-hmm. We had little plastic coins and confetti.
A little going away party.
Michelle said she had never had a celebration like that before.
I don't think anybody has.
Yeah, it was courtesy of Bridget Maloney. So, but no, it was a lot of fun. And now there is an artisan craft store that's moving in over there. They have it all papered up, but I could see through one of the cracks. They're doing a pretty cool job in there. Do you ever do that? Like if a business is about to open, you kind of peer through the paper.
Yeah.
So that is the inspiration today. Maybe in life you got a little bit of paper.
Oh.
Everybody has a little bit of paper.
A little bit of paper.
You know what? Sometimes it's important to kind of peer through the paper and see the good in everybody. So we all have a little bit of paper in our life. Let's just kind of peer through it a little bit and look for the good. That's the inspiration.
It's also neat on on old houses or on when you move into a house and you take down the layers. It's neat to see the layers behind it. Have you ever seen people find the retro wallpaper when they go behind it?
The old asbestos wallpaper.
Yeah, but it's so cool.
My grandmother had layers of wallpaper on her house because they didn't have. Like here at the church, this building's old enough. Some parts of it are sheetrock, but that wall, that's not sheetrock.
Right.
Some of these are just plaster or concrete walls. And then in the old houses, it was just, there was no, you didn't have studs. I forget, the way they did it was weird construction then. But that's and I think those houses held up a lot better than some of the ones now. But yeah, my grandma had that. And as we peeled back through some of it over the years, it was neat because there was 4 layers of paper in there. With my mother, we were talking before the show that, my mom had sold my grandma's house, and whenever the neighbor next door actually bought it, my mom was about to put it on the market with our friend Annette Montgomery, and Annette said, the neighbor saw me over here and wants to buy the house. Wow. And she told my mom, she goes, look, she's made an offer that's really good, and she'll cover the closing costs, everything, and here's what she wants to pay for it. And Annette's, a real estate agent wants to get the best commission they possibly can, right? So she's not going to shortchange it just to sell it.
Right.
And it was in an area, it's downtown Georgetown. It's a desirable area. The house needs a lot of work, but those houses are selling like hotcakes when they go up because everybody wants to live right downtown near the square. My grandma's house, you could literally walk 3 minutes and you were downtown. Mm-hmm. And so the neighbor wanted it. She knew my grandmother very well. And so my mom ended up selling it to the neighbor. And the neighbor had called my mom, I don't know, a few months into it because she's starting to renovate and clean out things. And She goes, yeah, I found a rubber band ball in one of the walls. It's the doors. The doors had like an opening at the top. It was these old school doors, but the
transom thing.
It was like it had molding at the top, and the molding didn't have a cover over it, so anything that fell in there would go like down in the door panels. If that, I don't know I don't know how. Not the door like.
Seems like something kids would aim for.
Yeah, and I did with I remember. And so my mom
and by kids, I mean Rob Hitt.
Yeah. Well, I was a young Robbie back then. But I used to make rubber band balls, and then my mom was a nurse for a long time, and she always brought home that white medical tape. Mm-hmm. And so I remember that rubber band ball. I wrapped it in that medical tape because I didn't want the rubber bands to pop off. Mm-hmm. Well, as a kid, I took it over to my grandparents. And I was bouncing around. It bounced up in that door, and it fell down in the door frame. And I never could get it. My grandpa even told me, he's like, well, it's gone. You know, he goes, the only way you're going to get it, somebody ever tears out this door. Well,
they did.
The neighbor tore it out. And she called my mom and said, I found a rubber band ball in there. And my mom didn't realize it was the one that I'd lost. Man, I would have wanted to get that thing back. You know, a little nostalgia with the rubber band ball.
Finders keepers.
So there you go. Hey, we got a great show lined up today. Again, Bridget Maloney here. We're going to talk about this new hospital bond in just a little bit. That was the reason Bridget was going to come on. She's a community leader here in Huntsville and also very supportive of the bond, as am I. And today we've just got some factual information, and we wanted to give you an update on how you can get involved and find more information about our great hospital here in Huntsville. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. Many of you are already joining us this morning, so please send in those comments. Let us know that you're out there, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, maybe LinkedIn, Instagram, or maybe this morning you're listening on the Spirit Radio FM app. Of course, you can't comment if you're listening, but you can always text in to win. We'll have our keyword.
We just wouldn't know.
Yeah. And don't text and drive either. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
That's a huge thing. Bridget, what's been going on before we talk, about bond and all this great stuff? What's been going on? It's good to see you.
It's good to see you. There's just always a lot going on in Huntsville. Mm-hmm. It seems like this time of year we're getting ready for things. Now, I'll be here next week to talk about a food drive.
Yeah.
So start squirreling away some non-perishable food items. We'll talk about that next week. It's spring break, so kind of chill this week, but doing a lot with the bond.
You don't head down to Galveston for spring break?
No.
Not this week?
No. No.
There's we have some students out right now, a young man here. He's actually my intern. He's normally here on Thursdays, and he actually produces the Thursday show for us now behind the scenes. But he is part of an organization on campus. It's a student ministry, and they do something called Beach Reach.
Oh, okay.
And so during the spring break week, they go down to Galveston and share the gospel with other people down there. It's really neat. He did it last year, and I said, "Well, how what's it like?" He goes, "Yeah, if people don't want to talk to you, they don't. No one's ever rude to us, you know." He goes, "But man, we talked to a ton of people last year, and several of them accepted the Lord." So you think like you go down there. He was telling me one guy was telling me a story. I don't think it was Joshua. It was someone else telling me a story of a guy. Obviously you're going down there to party, right? I mean, most people are. Let's be honest, young people going down Galveston partying, whatever. So he said, I came down here to party it up. And he goes, and then I met you, and you shared the gospel, and I felt this conviction that I shouldn't be down here partying it up. And the young man gave his life to the Lord. I'm like, how cool is that, So it's pretty neat that this is where I'm going with this. You've probably heard the phrase, and I get so mad when I hear this phrase of when people say, oh, there's no hope for this generation. Oh, no. This generation is our hope. Yeah. I love that. The best thing about working on campus is the students. Yeah, I love that. Hands down. If as an adult, if you're saying, well, there's no hope for this generation, what kind of message are you sending these young people? I think there's absolutely hope. And there's tremendous hope. And I've got 2 little ones. And, my goodness, there better be a ton of hope. Yes, absolutely. So if you see our young people, go up and tell them you appreciate them. I think sometimes a young person just needs the support of an adult. For somebody to give them a pat on the back and to tell them that, hey, you're working hard. It's like yesterday 2 days ago, I went through the Chick-fil-A line, and there was a young man there, and I could tell that he was discouraged. He was the window guy, and we all know there's a window guy or a window gal at Chick-fil-A, and he was just kind of hanging out, and he wasn't like bubbly and energetic like they normally are. And I said, hey, man, is everything all right? He's like, no. He goes, I'll be honest, like, I'm thankful for my job, but he goes, no, things aren't all right. And I said, well, what's going on, man? And sometimes I think that's what people need. They don't just need an I'm sorry, it'll get better. They need you to ask them what's going on because they want to tell you, but they're just waiting for somebody to ask.
Show some concern.
Yeah. And so I said, well, what's going on, man? He goes, well, last night, you know, our manager, somebody over there, he said they had quit, and it's just created all sorts of stress. And he goes, I'm tired, man. I'm just tired. And I said, well, everything's going to be all right. I said, you come across as a really good young man. And I said, you're just getting started, man. And I said, know that you're appreciated and know that you're making a difference. Even here, I said, God's put you here for a reason, young man, and you're going to excel at this, and then something else is going to come along that you're going to absolutely knock it out of the park. And, man, that frown turned upside down, turned to a smile, and that young man goes, thank you. And that's all. I'm not saying it to say my story of, hey, look what I did. I'm saying it as an inspiration to other people out there to just take some concern, just love on somebody.
Absolutely.
You know, we had a caller yesterday, or was it yesterday? Yeah, Kelly Cruz was on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And her sister texted in to win a Cafe Texan gift card.
Her twin.
Do what?
Her twin.
Yeah, I didn't know it was her twin.
Yeah.
I had no idea that it was her twin sister. Well, the twin sister won the Cafe Texan gift card, which we're getting today. And I said, well, in Huntsville, we tell everybody we love them. So too bad. That's how it is here in Huntsville. Yeah. So it's still a community.
They're Huntsville girls. They're used to it.
Yeah, so they know, and you know I think it's important. So just love on somebody today. You know, that's out of everything. We're going to talk about the hospital and the bond that's coming up, and your opportunity to vote. We just, you know, I'm not telling people how to vote, although I will publicly say I support this bond. I know you do as well.
Yes, do I.
Yes. But I will tell you, just get out and vote.
Yes.
That's the biggest thing. So, well, let's take a brief break.
Okay.
We'll kind of reset. Many of you are commenting in this morning, and I'd love to hear from you. So feel free to let us know that you're out there and what's cooking today. And if you are cooking something and you want to bring it here,
oh yeah, especially if you're baking something.
Are you a breakfast gal?
Not this early though, usually, because I work till midnight.
You're at the university, right?
Right.
What, is it okay if I ask? What do you do at the university?
I'm at the library.
Oh, cool.
Right. Great student assistants. Like all the students that were up there studying late at night for their exams. And
what time do they shut? Do they shut it down at midnight?
Normally midnight.
And you're up
during
there.
finals too.
Wow.
But that leaves my mornings free to do stuff like this and volunteer in town. So.
Yeah, but you're up there till midnight.
Yeah.
Is that like a Monday through Friday?
Sunday through Thursday.
Wow. I didn't know that, Bridget.
Yeah.
Midnight's late. I don't even know what midnight. I don't even know it. And then you get up pretty early too, right?
So,
do you get to sleep in the morning, or
normally,
you up pretty early?
Sometimes Rob needs something.
Like, can you come on the show this morning? That's cool. I didn't know that. As long as I've known you, you know, since we first met a couple years ago, I didn't know that. I knew you were at the university, but I never asked. So sorry.
That's what I'm doing. Love it.
Well, I'm showing some concern. You know?
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't know if you'd say concern because it's a good thing. So, well, let's take a brief break, and we'll reset in a moment. Send us some comments. Let us know that you're out there. And what I was joking around about, if you're cooking up something, we'll cook it and bring it here this morning. We'd appreciate that. Breakfast tacos. You like breakfast tacos?
As long as I don't have meat.
Okay. Bean and cheese?
Yeah.
All right. If anybody feels the need this morning, maybe you're just saying, oh, you know, those poor folks on that show, they're tired, they're hungry.
They look so weakly.
That lady's having to work till midnight, and then she has to get up and be on that show. Boy, I should just head over to Sandra's Kitchen and bring some bean and cheese tacos. Maybe that's you.
Maybe.
So feel free to come on into the studio this morning. We'll take a brief break. Hey, text messages coming in already, and you can text in the keyword. I've got a gift basket that I'm going to give away today. No Cafe Texan, but this is from Steadfast Creations. And I have it on my desk here at the church. I'm going to go grab it during the break.
It's like, I don't see it.
Yeah, we're just making up stuff. It's that box.
There's a basket up there.
Look, it's that box right there, Bridget, with plastic in it. That's our gift box.
Well, okay.
No, we'll pick it up. But all you got to do.
Everybody needs a plastic bag.
Yeah, we have them. So
we do.
No, I'll show it to you when we come back. But the keyword, Bridget, this week.
Spring.
Spring is the keyword. What are those flowers? That's not Indian paintbrush, is it?
Oh, I was on the wait list for Horticulture 101 for 3 years and never got in.
I should know what those are.
I don't know.
Because we had to do a flower project in high school. It was a big, huge, major thing, and I forgot what those are.
They're pretty flowers.
Well, text in the keyword spring on the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line. Include your name on there. We've got a gift basket today, courtesy of Steadfast Creations, Deborah Wyan. And all you have to do is text in, again, spring with your name to 936-339. 936-339-0139. Again, it's 936-339-0139. We'll take a brief break. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us as we are celebrating the good here in Huntsville. It's Rob Hipp alongside Bridget Maloney. We'll be back in a moment. This is Good Morning Huntsville.
Hey friends, Rob Hipp, Media and Community Outreach Minister here at First Baptist Church, Huntsville. Let me ask you, when's the last time you felt real hope? Maybe it's been a while since you've been to church, or maybe you've never felt connected to a church at all. Well, friends, that's okay. Here at First Baptist, we're a harbor of hope, and we welcome everyone just as they are. We have programs throughout the week for all ages to come together, ask questions, grow in faith, and find the hope that only Jesus Christ can bring. Whether you're looking for a fresh start or a community to call home, we'd love for you to join us. Come experience something real. For more information, visit fbchuntsville.org. First Baptist Church Huntsville, a harbor of hope.
In this harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union, and our business is helping you take care of your business. In addition to personal accounts, Walker County Federal Credit Union also offers business accounts and business lending for commercial customers. We're devoted to taking care of the needs of our individual members and helping our business members with their financial success too. Call us today and find out how easy it is to work with Walker County Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA.
Big news, Huntsville. The grand opening of Huntsville Executive Office Suites is happening Wednesday, March 27th, starting at 4 p.m. Join us at 2503 Lake Road for an evening of celebration with great food, live music, and entertainment for the whole family. Tour our premier office spaces, meet the team, and see why Huntsville Executive Office Suites is the perfect place for your business to thrive. Don't miss this exciting event. Bring your friends and family, and let's celebrate together. Visit HuntsvilleWorkspace.com for more details. We'll see you March 27th at 4 p.m.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas. This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville. Braylon, say, this is Spirit Radio.
This is Spirit Radio.
Spirit of Huntsville, Spirit of Huntsville, Spirit 94.3.
All right, friends, welcome back at it here on Good Morning Huntsville. I got that groggy voice this morning. The old Groggy Froggy. That's a good song, Groggy Froggy.
I don't know that song.
It could be a, well.
Now I'm trying to have the the voice.
It's a new song that I just made up.
Oh, good. You're writing songs again.
The AI is writing it for me. I'm not that talented, Bridget. But thank you for I'd like to be talented like that, but I'm not. AI help. The AI technology has helped people who want to be creative be more creative. It can be used for bad like anything else, but I think it's I'm enjoying it. I use it a lot to write songs, and Braylon wanted a song about her the other day, and so we wrote a song. It's Braylon, Daddy's Little Darling, and it's like a little country song, and she's like, play the Braylon song, Daddy.
Aww.
So that's our new thing, is we played the Braylon song. But the other day I was kind of bored, and I told this AI app that I use, you got to get this. It's called Suno, and it writes music for you. And I told Suno the other day to write I said, write the most annoying song you can possibly think of.
Why would you do that?
Well, I just thought about it. And it wrote one. And it was called
that's what society needs.
Yeah. And it's called I Know. And it's like, I know. It's really catchy, actually. I won't play that one because I want to save you and I the pain of this song. But I had it write another song that was really neat. And I said, can you write a children's song that's really catchy about a donkey?
Oh, I love donkeys.
All right, here it is. Deborah Wine got to hear this yesterday. Here it is. It's a good song, Bridget.
I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey.
Hee-haw.
And he only had 3 legs. He was a wonky donkey.
A wonky donkey.
Wonky donkey.
Well, there's a book called The Wonky Donkey.
Isn't this catchy, though? Yeah. Now, but it keeps building upon it like a true kid song. Listen. People are tuning out now.
I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey.
Hee-haw. All right.
And he only had 3 legs and 1 eye. He was a
winky wonky donkey. A winky wonky donkey. See?
I worry this might be a little plagiarism.
Hold on. You think it could be? It might be.
There is a book called The Wonky Donkey, and it's
so it just
very similar to this.
Okay, now get ready, though, because I don't know if the book talks about what kind of music he listens to.
I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey.
Hee-haw.
And he only had 3 legs, 1 eye.
Yes.
And he
liked to listen to country music.
Now to guess what he is.
He's a yeehaw, hee-haw, wonky donkey.
Honky tonky, winky wonky donkey.
Oh my goodness.
There you go. It's the next top kid song, although it may be plagiarized now. AI has
learned from what's already out
has
there.
ruined it. I got into a discussion one day with somebody about this because the record companies are actually trying to sue Suno and other companies now because they say that they're building their content off of other songs. But my argument to that is, don't other artists, aren't they inspired by other musicians? Don't they get their content and their inspiration and
when
their
it's
ideas?
too close, they also...
They come at them. Mm-hmm. But see, they're saying like you can't use any of that stuff, and I'm like, well, so there's got to be like a fine line somewhere to where it's like you're allowed, but you know what I'm saying? There has to be like that middle ground, and I think they'll find that.
You can have a wonky mule.
There you go.
But not a wonky donkey.
Yeah, but it's a honky tonky, winky wonky donkey. See, Braylon wants one of the. She likes the song.
Yeah.
She goes, Daddy.
Everybody wants a honky tonky wonky donkey.
Honky tonky wonky winky wonky donkey.
But sometimes you have to have the generic because it costs less. And then you get the wonky mule.
Well, this is why things are. This is how we're going to transition. This is the perfect segue. If you were like a honky tonky winky wonky donkey, you probably maybe not feeling too good, right?
Right.
You need to have a great place that you can go get great health care. Huntsville Memorial Hospital here in Huntsville, providing great resources. I don't know how we just transitioned.
I'm not sure we did.
But the reality is, Bridget and I are supporters of our hospital here. Many other community folks are, not just community leaders. I say if you're a citizen in a community, whether you realize it or not, you're a leader at some capacity. Everybody's a leader at some capacity. And so when I say the word community leader, that encompasses the community, encompasses everybody. There's a huge bond election that's coming up for vote on Tuesday, May the 6th. Am I right?
Saturday, May 6th. Early voting begins April 21st.
So it begins April 21st, and then the actual vote
is Saturday, May 6th.
Is it Saturday? I thought it was a Tuesday, May 6th.
Oh, my.
Tuesday. I think it's on Tuesday.
You
know what? Here's what I can do.
He's correct. I am wrong. No. I am frequently wrong. And
we're both wrong. You were right. Saturday.
We're both wrong. You were right. Now I'm really confused.
Saturday, May the 3rd.
I
didn't realize that. I'm glad because I bet I thought it was on. Typically, the elections seem like they happen on Tuesday.
So listen to us, but don't listen to us.
Yeah, we did that on purpose to make sure you were listening.
First Saturday in May.
First Saturday in May. Saturday, May the 3rd is the election day. Early voting taking place April the 21st through the 29th. All the information, all the facts, when you can vote, where you can vote, everything on the website at yournewhospital.com. But Bridget, I've always said I've been a big advocate for education and health.
Yes.
I think those are two professions that I have the most respect for. My mother was a nurse, and naturally I'm going to gravitate towards that. But I have so much respect for nurses, and I have a ton of respect for teachers. It takes a person with a special heart and compassion to serve in both of those. My wife right now is a nurse, and she's working hard. She's working her tail off. And, I have compassion for her because she's showing compassion to other people. But Huntsville, we need to get together and realize how great this community is. And I think most of us do, but we've got to have quality health care. And I was talking to you on the phone yesterday, and it's not that we don't already. We have great health care here. HMH is doing a fabulous job.
Yes.
They have new leadership, and great things are happening. We've been over there a few times and always have received great service.
Yes.
But there's some services that maybe they don't offer, and that's why folks have to go down to Conroe. I've had a lot of questions. People ask me personally. In fact, a neighbor of mine called. We had a very good civil discussion. He told me that he was not going to vote yes, and I asked him why, and he asked me why I was supporting. He called me because he saw the sign in my yard, and I told him, I said, as a young person in this community, I want to make sure that not only do we have what we need now, but we have what we need for the future, and I'm willing to invest a small portion. It's not much. It's not going to cost a lot.
No, it's not.
When you break it down. But I said, to me, that's a sacrifice that I'm willing to make on a very small level that I believe almost anybody can afford. It's not much. And you can get those numbers. I don't want to go into the numbers to give misinformation. Get all the actual numbers on yournewhospital.com. But I want to make sure that we have something for the future, a facility that's going to attract more doctors. That's a lot of people have asked me. That's what my neighbor said. He goes, well, why don't they just bring in people right now? And I said, well, think of it this way. And I use the old, I was former, it's kind of weird to say like former sports guy. I still call high school football, but I'm not really in the sports world like I used to be. But I said, think of it like a sports world. Why do you think they're renovating Bauer Stadium? They could have just left that how it was. But you've got to make changes, and you have to renovate, and you have to upgrade, and you have to do things to attract people to come in. And I think that's kind of one big thing for me, and I know you have some takeaways also.
Well, and I think also with the hospital, when you are trying to attract new physicians, nurses, other healthcare providers, it's not that they want a fancy new hospital. There are tools, there's things that they need to do the work that they've trained to do that we're not able to provide in our current hospital. And they don't want to be in a situation where a patient comes in and they're having, for lack of a better term, to MacGyver something. And you don't want that as a patient. You don't want to go in to the ED and they're trying to put something together out of what we have that's 50 years old. Medicine has changed a lot since this hospital was built, and it's time to catch up. Yeah.
And like we said, both of us agree they're doing a great job now. They just want to be able to do more, and you've got to have a new facility to do more. And when you look at it too, I mean, it is a beautiful facility. Just the imaging, the pictures, and all that. And you can see the pictures on the website at yournewhospital.com. But you have to have quality health care. You got to have quality education. We have both those components, and we're working on making it even better. And one of the things that I really, really think about, a new facility like this is going to attract new families. I know Bridget and I, a deciding factor of anywhere that we've moved is...
You're Bridget.
You're my Bridget, yeah. Is there a good education system, and is there a good healthcare system? in Fargo, they had good health care, good education. Huntsville, they've improved it. And they've done a fabulous job with it, with our school bond that passed and overwhelming community support for that. And so I think it's time that our community has more resources. Not that we don't have enough right now, but there's more that we need. Personal story for me, my PCP is here in Huntsville. It's part of HMH as well. And, I was talking to him, and I have some cardiovascular checkups that I need to get done from time to time. We have unfortunately, a rampant case of heart disease on my mom's side of the family. In fact, my great uncles all had heart attacks. Almost all of them passed away from. My grandmother had 3 heart attacks. My great grandpa that I never knew was a tremendous man. From the stories that my family told me, he died of a heart attack. And so that just runs in our family. And I'm in an age where I'm concerned about it. I get out of breath.
Yeah.
You hear this widowmaker deal all the time, and one of my neighbors one time was telling me that they went and got their heart checked, everything was fine, they thought, and then 2 weeks later, they didn't realize their widowmaker was clogged up.
Wow!
And luckily, they survived that. Well, for right now, and I don't want to give misinformation, but my PCP said, hey, the level of care that you need, you're going to have to go down to Conroe to get all this checked out. It's my understanding that with this new hospital, they're going to be able to bring in
those folks here.
More expert care that's going to bring people here. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to have to drive 45 minutes. Not that I dislike our friends down there in Conroe, but I don't want to have to drive 45 minutes in traffic, get on 45.
One way.
And take time out of my day. I want to be able to do everything that I need to do right here in this community.
Right, absolutely. Well, and I have a weird chronic condition that is fairly rare. 1 in a million people get it. That's not how you want to be unusual in your life, but that's what I got. And when I was moving home, one of my concern was, what am I going to do in a smaller town where I have this thing that many physicians have never heard of, much less treated. And I was happily stunned, that the PCP that I chose when I came here had actually treated 2 people before who had it. And I've had to switch PCPs because of my insurance change. Both of the providers that I've had here in town, Dr. Bosley and Dr. Aina, are both phenomenal. I would recommend them to anybody. To come from the Dallas Metroplex, where I was being treated at the medical school, and to know that I'm getting as good care, I think better here than I was there, is phenomenal. And I want people like that to stay in our community and to bring more of their colleagues into this community. I am definitely living a healthier, better life here than I was there, because I'm getting a better level of care, and we want to keep that. We want that for all of our neighbors, and we want to keep that going forward.
There's a lot of events for folks to go out in the community and get more information about this bond. They just had a meeting last night at the Elkins Lake Clubhouse. I wanted to go to that one. My wife, unfortunately, had to stay at her job late, and so I was having to watch the children. But there will be another one, March the 25th.
Riverside
Baptist Church, that one at 6 p.m.
And April 8th at the MLK Center at 6 p.m.
Yep.
And I believe the doors open at 5:30 for both of those.
So, that doors open at 5:30. They'll get underway at 6, and that's at Riverside Baptist and then Martin Luther King Jr. Community Center. And then a big one, too, for our friends in New Waverly.
Oh, I missed that one. I'm sorry.
That's happening on March the 31st at 6 p.m. there in New Waverly. So the 2 that Bridget and I mentioned in Huntsville, and then that one in New Waverly for our friends that are in New Waverly.
Did not mean to leave New Waverly out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so the ones there in New Waverly, March the 31st. And I know we've got several folks who watch this show that live in New Waverly, and I want to encourage you, just go out. Whether you're for it or against it, go and get the information. I like I said, I was talking to my neighbor, and by the time we got off the phone, we had a great conversation. He goes, I kind of see your side of it. It makes a lot of sense of why you support it now. And I said, go out to the town hall. He was asking me questions that were really good questions that I couldn't answer, and I didn't want to attempt to answer because I don't have the knowledge to answer it. But I said, I guarantee if you go to the town hall, they'll answer the question.
Go to the town hall. If you can't make those town halls, you can request somebody to come and speak at your church or your organization. You can also contact through the website and ask your questions.
Yeah, and the hospital's just providing factual information to you to say, here's the numbers, here's the facts, and go to the town halls, get the information you need, and ask questions. I think that's why it's so important.
Well, and yournewhospital.com is from the PAC.
The PAC, yeah. Yeah, that's the PAC one. The PAC is the one that, is supporting the bond. That's where you can get information. HMH on their website at Huntsville Memorial Hospital, they also have information on theirs. It's under, if you go to the About section and then News, and I'll put the link here. This is
just straight information.
Yeah, straight information, and you can get that online through the actual hospital at their website, which is Huntsville Memorial. Sorry, stuff's flying all over my screen. HuntsvilleMemorial.com. Go to About, and then there is a news section, and then there you'll notice right above the news, new hospital bond information.
And they have a lot more statistics on there, numbers like information about how many more ORs there will be, how many more patient rooms, how many more. Some of us like numbers.
Yeah, all the numbers are there, so you can get it, and that is the factual information. Both of them have factual information, yes. But the Huntsville Memorial Hospital website has some good information as well.
If you go to yournewhospital.com, you can request a yard sign. You can click a button to endorse it. If you're in support of it, we'd love to have you endorse it with us.
Yeah, and I wanted to be very clear, the yournewhospital.com, that is, like you said, the PAC. That is the organization that's in support of the bond. Yep. That has nothing to do with HMH right. and the hospital itself. That's just a group of folks that have got together saying, we support this, which you and I do.
Yes.
I wanted to say one other thing just from my standpoint. This was, I got to witness this firsthand in my community where I grew up in Georgetown. And at the time, it was a Georgetown healthcare system. It was very confusing because they called it GHS. Well, we had Georgetown High School.
Oh, that would be confusing.
So people didn't know if they were talking about the high school.
It's been a wreck. Get them to the high school.
Yeah, get them to GHS. Hurry. They've got those new high school doctors over there.
Doogie Howser.
Yeah, but it was neat to experience firsthand, seeing when we had our hospital improved. And the same questions people were asking, and I was younger, so I don't retain a lot of the information that I would now, or would have even thought about the questions that I'd have now as an adult and as a father. But I do remember our hospital in that community, a smaller hospital, but people were constantly having to go to Austin, which is just like going to Conroe. From Georgetown to Austin is like Huntsville to Conroe. Although a ton more traffic on I-35, it was not fun going down there. And some community leaders got together and said, we really need to get this thing rolling here in Georgetown. And they got it rolling. Not only did they get it rolling, that hospital ended up being bought out by a major network of hospitals. And the Georgetown Hospital is now one of the top 5% of hospitals in the nation. It went from one that people are like, I don't know if I want to go to that one because they don't offer this, to now people are saying, man, let's go to Georgetown Hospital. I've seen it firsthand, what it did for the community, what it did for the positive growth in the community. You can either have positive growth in a community or you have negative growth.
Right. We're going to grow.
Going to have to grow.
We are. It's just, that's what's happening.
Yep. And so we got to see that firsthand, and it was exciting to see it. And there's a lot of similarities. One thing that I really appreciate about Huntsville that I think is so unique, and there was things in Georgetown as the community kept growing that I was like, man, I don't know if I support this anymore because some things felt like it got out of hand. Huntsville is doing such a great job with the way that our community leaders are managing growth. The culture of this community, for me moving in 4 or 5 years ago, I feel like the culture of this community is being preserved as best as it possibly can. Just got off the phone with Miss Hollis, who's over the Walker County Fair and Rodeo. She'll be on the show. Viola will be on the show here in a couple of weeks. That fair and rodeo is such a cultural part of this community that I don't ever want to see go away. Right. These are things in Huntsville that have made Huntsville what they are. And as this community continues to grow, my dream and my desire and my push will always be, let's keep the things that have made Huntsville Huntsville and don't get rid of those. And let's also, as the community grows, let's find a way to encourage people that move here that, yes, we welcome ideas. you have to welcome people's ideas, but also with the precursor of, here's our culture. Now, how can your ideas tie into our culture? Not how can your ideas overrun our culture? And what I mean by that is, when I was growing up in Georgetown, it had a unique feel to it. New people that are moving there, oh, this is like Austin. They didn't want that. Not knocking Austin, but people didn't want the big city feel and the everything that Austin offers. That's unique to their community. The music capital of the world is in Austin, or the music capital of Texas. People in Georgetown didn't want Georgetown to be the music capital of Texas. And so I think as Huntsville grows, there's some really good things that community leaders that are involved in council and development, those things, they're really focused on. Let's keep the culture the culture. And so that's my dream and desire. And I think we need this hospital. I believe we do. It's my opinion that we do. Being a 40-year-old father of 2 little ones still coming out of diapers, which, I joke around and say, man, I should have did that 20 years ago, but I wouldn't change it for the world. But we need it. We need this. We need to attract families to come to Huntsville that want to be here. I don't want people to come through our community and then go to another community and say, well, man, I chose that community because they had a better healthcare facility. I want them to come to Huntsville and say, Huntsville's got it going on.
And I don't want people who are here, I hear some people saying, well, I go to this city or that city to go to the hospital. And I'm not trying to change anybody's mind about that. But the reality is you can make that decision in a lot of cases if you're having a planned surgery or a planned procedure. But many, if not most of us, will have a time in our life when we don't have the luxury of a planned medical visit. And I want there to be something here for all of my friends and neighbors that can match the need when that time happens, because emergencies are emergencies, and we won't have 30, 45 minutes to get someplace else.
Yeah, exactly. I had a friend that had a pretty major emergency, and that he was able to get kind of a quick treatment to stabilize him, but then had to go on down the road. I want him to be able to stay here, and so these are all great things. Again, all the factual information from the hospital directly, you can go to HuntsvilleMemorial.com, roll over the About menu, and then it says New Hospital Bond Information. If you're in support of this and you want to learn more from the PAC side of things, you can go to the PAC website. Vote Yes for Your New Hospital is the title of the website, and it's online at yournewhospital.com. Again, that's totally separate from HMH, but this is in support of the bond, and you can find out all the information there. The political advertising on that website is paid for by the Torch Alliance for Rural Health PAC Huntsville, and really good stuff. I'm so glad that you came, and we're going to continue to talk about this here on the show because it is something that is so important to our community. And if you think about it, it's exciting too.
It is exciting.
It's exciting to have these things on a ballot because it shows the forward progress thinking of people that say, hey, we want more for Huntsville.
Well, and one thing we didn't touch on, and we don't have a lot of time to talk about,
no,
I'm
it's
sure,
fine.
Is because it's on the ballot, but we have a hospital district. This hospital belongs to the people of Walker County. So a lot of people don't realize that. The company that manages the hospital would be paying rent to the hospital district. So one thing people are not aware of, we think of big hospitals and you pay money and they're making a lot of money off of our visits. Here in Walker County, the money that we pay, the profits that HMH makes, that money stays in our community and goes back into continuing care right here in Walker County.
Yeah, it's good.
Investing, it truly is a community hospital.
Investing right back in into HMH. So yeah, well, it's good stuff. And feel free to comment, let us know a lot of your thoughts as well. It's a good discussion to have, and we can have great discussions about this. And Kyle said it would be nice if someone could live stream one of those for those who cannot make it. Hint, hint. Well, maybe there'll be an opportunity for that down the road. I like, too, what Joyce Parrish said here. Joyce found our show on YouTube. She's here in the community. And a little bit earlier, Joyce had commented in, and she's so right about this. She said, our hospital is vital to our community. And she talked about TDC needing their own. That's another thing that's been coming up, Joyce, and I encourage you, go to these websites and get the information. There's a lot of very factual, good information about that. about TDC's involvement. That is a very, very highly asked question or concern. And again, all
being
that
addressed.
That's being addressed. And before you see anything on Facebook groups of people's opinions and what they think, which everybody's entitled to an opinion, just encourage you, please get the facts. These questions have been brought up at the town halls over and over, and I think it's going to surprise a lot of people when they get the factual information about how that's being handled.
Right.
So it is a very good question there, Joyce, and do want to encourage people again to get it. My Bridget said this. My Bridget said, like when I have this Bridget, huh? Because I can say my Bridget, my friend Bridget, and my Bridget. As a nurse, this is what my wife is saying. She goes, as a nurse, I see it firsthand. We need a reliable hospital with more specialists for emergencies.
Yes.
Not saying that what we have right now isn't reliable, because it is for certain things, but there's things that come up where we need more, and that's what Bridget is saying. So thank you for commenting that in.
Bridget agrees with that, Bridget.
Kyle was saying, fun fact, my hand surgeon is in the Woodlands. He chose to do the surgery, though. Look, this is pretty cool. He said he chose to do the surgery, though, in Huntsville Memorial Hospital. So, I mean, here's someone.
He's coming this way.
Real world scenario of a friend of ours, Kyle, the Brisketeer of Huntsville, his surgeon coming in here to do some work. So it's pretty cool stuff. But yeah, more information online. Go to those websites. Get the facts directly from Huntsville Memorial Hospital, huntsvillememorial.com. Roll down the About section, new hospital bond information. It's not just about the nice new building. There's more to it than that.
So much more. And that bond amount is all inclusive. It's the equipment, it's the bed sheets, it's everything.
All right. Well, there you go. A lot of it. My sister was commenting, and she goes, I remember in 1980. Boy, that's a long time ago.
Watch it.
Yeah, my sister and I, we have it. See, it's like yesterday, Rick and I have our little, my sister and I have our own little thing going on. We always joke around about how old we're getting. Rebecca, but you're not old until you're 108. That's my rule. You're not allowed to say you're old until you're 108. She says, I remember in 1980 when Georgetown got its new hospital, we took a tour before they officially opened.
Oh, wow.
So those are
Because I remember when this hospital was not brand new, but we moved here, it was still new.
Yeah, new to me. Yes. And now we need another. It's new to me.
Yes, we do.
All right. Well, Bridget, let's take a break. Hey, we do have these beautiful. I'm going to give away one today.
Can I do the Vanna White?
Yeah, you want to be the Vanna White?
I'll be the Vanna White.
You know, she makes $55,000 an episode. I'm sorry I can't pay you that much. I can pay you $55.
Wait, but you said... Okay.
Yeah. So this is a beautiful gift. I have two of them. I'm going to give away one today. And she left me a list of everything that was in here, and I forgot to get it. So my friend Deborah Wyan makes these.
It has a St. Patrick's Day theme.
St. Patrick's here. I'm going to zoom in on Bridget here real quick. Nobody wants to see my ugly mug. They want to see Bridget, the Vanna White here, of showing us this. This has, what's all in here? It looks like some of those melting things that you...
Those melting things. Is it soap? Yes, there's... Looks like wax squares.
The wax squares that you melt.
Soap, a lip balm.
Lip balm. The lip balm's really good.
And a spritzer of something, but I can't read the label.
Some spray, some smell good spray. It's like it's air spray.
And so Monday is St. Patrick's Day, but there are two patron saints of Ireland, St. Patrick and St. Bridget, St. Brigid. So St. Patrick drove out the snakes, and St. Bridget turned water into beer.
Oh.
So
I was wondering why you wanted a bunch of water a while ago.
So choose your favorite saint.
But this is really neat. She hand makes all this stuff. It's so beautiful, and it looks like there's even like a little shipping pallet. You see that little tiny?
Right there.
Isn't that cool? So a very beautiful gift basket coming up just in time for St. Patrick's Day, and all you got to do, just text in the keyword spring. And your chance to win on the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line 936-339-0139. So we're giving that away today. Spring, somebody's going to get a beautiful gift basket courtesy of Steadfast Keepsakes. All right, let's take one final break. I've got a little bit of news for you. What is it, the National Day of? And you've got a few things in Huntsville to do, right?
I do.
We've utilized some technology to our advantage. We'll talk about it here in a moment. We'll take a brief break. Go ahead and text in your chance to win that beautiful little gift basket courtesy of Deborah Wine and Steadfast Keepsakes. We'll take one final break. We'll be back in a moment. It's your show, This is, and Deanna Brayshaw, she just wrote the word spring. You've got to text in the word spring, though. Text it on the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line. Text in spring along with your name on your phone to 936-339-0139. Do it there. If it comments in, we won't get it, so text it in, please. We'll be back in a moment. This is your show. It is Good Morning Huntsville. Stay with us, please.
Transformational. And maybe you've never been to church, or maybe life has left you feeling lost, but Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." At First Baptist Church Huntsville, a harbor of hope, we're not trying to fit in with the world. We're here to help you step into something greater, a fresh start, a new life in Christ. Join us this Sunday at 10:45 and see what God can do in your life. Visit fbchuntsville.org. Hope is here, and we're saving a seat just for you.
Loving Jesus, loving people side by side. In this harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union. One of the best things I hear from our members is how they love being treated like they're important, like their family. Sure, our members love things like low rates on loans too, but combine that with the friendliest and most helpful service in town, and you've got Walker County Federal, taking care of our members. It's what we do. We are Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
Illuminate your child's future at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools in Huntsville. Established in 1997 by Kay Boning, our award-winning center merges Christian values with 25 years of Montessori excellence, promoting wonder and discovery in every child. As the only Montessori school within 45 miles, we provide a fun and friendly environment, individualized Montessori methods, and love and care as if each child were our own. Safety is a priority, and with a recent $50,000 investment, our facilities inspire growth, creativity, and learning. Plus, as a nonprofit, we open Montessori doors to families of all economic backgrounds. Partner with the community pillar where every child's promise shines bright. Discover Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools today. Visit tpms.life. That's tpms.life.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville.
This is Deneen with Guardian Defense, and you're listening to Spirit Radio.
Support for SpiritRadio.fm comes from loyal listeners just like you. Want to help spread the good news across Huntsville and beyond? Underwriting opportunities are available for loyal listeners, businesses, and nonprofits. Visit SpiritRadio.fm and tap Donate today.
All right, ooh, that's loud. A little loud there. You hear that, Bridget?
I hear it.
A little loud.
I hear it.
I've been wanting to get Cooter on the show for so long. I've been talking about it. I just need his voice to come through this show. Hey, y'all doing there? It's Huntsville's Cooter.
I remember growing up. You know, there were two stations growing up.
Yeah.
The AM and the FM. I remember
1490.
KSAM, AM, and FM.
I like the twang on it too.
That's when I think of him. That's what I hear.
Somebody to this day, I was talking during the break. I had the privilege to do the Sam Houston games and the Huntsville games for a while, and people used to say, "Oh, the voice of Huntsville." I was like, and I don't like that. I never liked using the term "the voice of a team." Because it's not about me, it's about the team. And I'm not saying if anybody uses it. There's a lot of guys and gals in broadcasting that say I'm the voice of this team. I did at one point. I'll be transparent. But as I got a little more involved of it, I quit titling myself that way. I'm here to promote, and celebrate. But it was. I was telling you, it was such a privilege to do those games. But people always say, "Oh, you're the voice." I said, No. And someone even said, "You're the voice of Huntsville." And they said it a while back. I said, "No, I'm not. The voice of Huntsville will always and forever, as far as I'm concerned, be Cooter Roberson. He is the voice of this community. And even though you don't hear his voice anymore, he's the voice. Even when I first started here and someone had mentioned that, and I said, no. I said, I've learned who Cooter is. He's the voice of this community. So one day I want to give him like a plaque that says the voice of Huntsville, Cooter Roberson. But I want him, Cooter, come on this show. If Rebecca's watching, you tell him to come on the show. All right. So, hey, well, welcome back in as we continue on. We got an update. The shipping pallet is actually a holder for the soap.
Oh, I figured it had a use. That makes sense.
Deborah has sent us in a comment. She has said the shipping pallet thing is a soap saver. Your soap.
Smart.
Look at this. Your soap lasts longer.
If it's not sitting in water.
That's right. And it keeps your tub cleaner. It's the Steadfast what is it? Steadfast Creations, Deborah? Is that what it is? It's the Steadfast Creations shipping pallet soap saver thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, a lot of folks have been chiming in and texting in, and we're so thankful. We'll get over to our phone lines here in just a few moments. But Bridget has a few things that you can do in Huntsville.
Yes, top 10 things to do in Huntsville, Texas today, according to AI.
So take it for a grain of salt, right?
Well, I'm not entirely certain one of them's open, but
go anyways and see. Let us know what happens.
Number 10, Kate Bar Ross Memorial Park.
Yes.
That's number 9, Bernard G. Johnson Coliseum. Attend a sport event or concert. I'm not sure it's spring break. I'm not sure if there's something going on over there.
You can go. You know what you could do though? You can go walk around.
Walk around it.
I took my Braylon when she was a baby in the stroller, just she and me, and we walked all. It's beautiful.
Yes.
One of the best walks I've taken in Huntsville.
You can, and campus is beautiful. Number 8, the Sam Houston National Forest.
Never heard of it. No, I'm just kidding.
Number 7, Huntsville Antique Mall, or any of our wonderful shops downtown. Visit all the stores.
Was
downtown.
it Kelly yesterday talking about the antique shops? Or someone was on the show, and they said they don't want them go. No, it was Pam from DBA.
Okay.
And she said, we don't want you going to this one because they have 4 floors, and then you'll spend all day there and not go to the other one. Go to that one last.
Yes, go to all of our downtown shops. Number 6, speaking of downtown, Old Town Theater. Catch a live performance or film screening. Number 5, the Hearts Veterans Museum of Texas. Number 6, the Sam Houston Memorial Museum, and they are having a live exhibit this morning, a coffee. They're showing us something about coffee in the day, I think in Sam Houston's day. So I'm running by there after here.
Are you going to get a free cup of coffee? Are they going to have coffee that you can actually get?
I think they are.
All right.
So number 3, the Texas Prison Museum. Number 2, the Sam Houston Statue and Visitors Museum.
Absolutely.
And number 1, the Huntsville State Park.
Yeah. Boy, that's a great list of the top 10 of things. When people say, "Oh, there ain't nothing to do around here."
Oh my goodness.
You better get out.
If there's nothing, I'm tired all the time, and it's a good tired. There's so much good stuff going on.
People used to say that phrase. You better recognize, man, if there's enough to do, you better recognize there's a bunch to do here in Huntsville.
There's so much to do in Huntsville.
There you go. It's the it's the Bridget's version of the Rick's Top 10. We needed to make you one this morning, Bridget. We didn't get to do that. So I love that.
Disembodied Rick is kind of scary.
What is your? I know I'm throwing a question at you just out of left field here. What is maybe one of your favorite things to do in Huntsville?
I love anything that has to do with volunteering for HISD. I am a proud graduate of Huntsville High School, and the strides that have been made in the district since I graduated. I'm so proud of Huntsville Independent School District. Fun fact, 90% of the students who graduate from Huntsville High School graduate not just with a diploma, but with a vocational certificate that they can take out and get a job right away.
Yeah.
No matter what track they're on. If they're going in the military, they're going to college, they're going to become a welder, they've also got the certificate to go get a job. That's phenomenal. And HISD covers the cost for those. Right now, we've been able to make those available to our students free of charge. I'm just really proud of all the good things that happen in HISD. Dr. Shepard and all the administrators and teachers, we've got a good thing going in Huntsville. And I don't think somebody could ask me to do something for HISD and I would say no. If I can do it, I'm going to say yes.
Well, perfect. We're speaking of that then. Mark your calendar, Bridget. Our third annual Rays of Hope will be taking place on June the 5th. In the HEB parking lot.
Yay.
And one of our benefactors of that every year is HISD Social Services. So we're going to sign you up.
You know, I love Sally and Juanita.
And did she retire, or is it her last year this year? I think it's Sally's.
Yes, Sally's last year.
So let's help Sally go out with a bang this year for HISD Social Services.
Yeah.
So, Bridget, you'll be there, right?
Yes,
for our Raise of Hope.
I'll be there.
We'll volunteer you to be there like Huntsville always does.
There.
Well, hey, a couple of things. On this date, in 1462, the very first Gutenberg Bible was printed.
Oh,
Isn't that neat?
That was my senior year.
It immediately went to #1 on the best-selling Bible list.
You're joking.
No, it's the only Bible that's printed.
It's like there was no list.
1519, Cortez landed in Mexico. It was on this date in 1639. Harvard University received its name from clergyman John Harvard. I did not know that. Some of these are really dumb. It says, "Thank goodness Father Loser wasn't popular at the time." That's bad. If you have a last name of Luzer, we apologize. That's on here, though. It's on this. See, some of these I just kind of put my thumb over. 17. I don't know if I can read this one. We'll skip that one. It's a planet that everyone makes fun of. You know, the certain name of a planet. And it's Saturn, you know.
It's Saturn?
Yeah, Saturn. On this date, 1852, the cartoon of Uncle Sam, iconic cartoon we see everywhere, appeared for the very first time, which was pretty neat. And 1884, oh man, this is one that causes a lot of, I'm not a fan of it. Now that we've changed it, let's just leave it alone. I'm done. The time change.
Yes.
Standard time was adopted throughout the U.S. in 1884. Which is kind of crazy. Standard time. Let's see. And what is this one here? 1933, U.S. banks began to reopen after a holiday declared by Franklin D. Roosevelt. So there was a holiday that he did. It says quote unquote holiday. Today, National Dermatologist Day. So
that's a fun group.
Skin Day, Epidermis Day, National Jewel.
The largest organ.
Yeah, it is. You watched yesterday, yeah. National Jewel Day, National Canine Veterans Day, National Coconut Tort Day. Do you know what that is? A coconut tort? I like coconut.
A dessert.
Yeah. I love coconut.
Sounds like it's what we're supposed to have.
Hey, this ties in with our theme in our show. It's National Good Samaritan Day today.
Oh,
and
should be
also,
every day.
Boy, check this one out. We should have brought them. I need to check these before I go on the show.
Yeah.
It's National Open an Umbrella Indoors Day.
You should do that.
Who thinks of this? Also, National Earmuff Day.
We're sort of participating.
We are participating in that one. So if you could tie all these in together, Bridget and I would be sitting under umbrellas right now, helping somebody.
Yes.
While eating a coconut tort, petting a canine veteran dog and thanking him for his service, while wearing diamonds on all of our fingers.
Yes. It's my birthstone.
And then scratching our arm and having a dermatologist help us. We'd do all that at once.
Yes, we would.
Tonight, lunar eclipse. is the
Yes.
lunar eclipse.
I thought that was tomorrow. That's tonight.
Tonight is a I can't even say it, eclipse. A couple of other things here. William H. Macy. He's a fun actor. I like him. He turned 75 today.
Wow.
Can you believe that? 75. Plans a quiet evening at home is his plan tonight that he said. A couple of other things. Kelly Clarkson, she's been absent from her own show for nearly a week. No word why. The viewer's wondering why she has not been on her show. Tiger Woods suffering a ruptured left Achilles tendon that forced him off the course for a lengthy period of time as he recovers. Billy Joel postponing all of his concerts over the next 4 months because of a recent surgery for an undisclosed medical condition that will require physical therapy and supervision by a doctor.
James Taylor's coming to Texas in September.
Okay.
He's the best. I mean, I like Billy Joel, but James Taylor.
He's got it going on a little bit more. Netflix making a deal to turn the Stephen King best-selling novel Cujo into a new feature film.
Cujo.
That was my mother-in-law's dog's name. Her little poodle was named Cujo.
I think everybody knows somebody with a dog named Cujo.
Boy, this is a movie out. Borderline, getting some good buzz. Ray Nicholson, Jack Nicholson's son, is in the movie. Pretty cool there. Well, this one, for all the ladies out there, 70% of ladies crave this when pregnant. Do you have any idea? Did you see what it says there?
No, ice cream?
70%. I would think that. 70%,
Pickles?
70% of women crave this when they're pregnant. My wife and I crave these regardless. Don't have to be pregnant. Not pickles, but that's, you always hear of pickles and ice cream, right? That's not it. A couple of did you knows, and we'll get to our phone line here to Mona, our 0 Degree Creations phone and text line, to give our winner a chance to answer that, and then I'll give you the answer. The average American says, I'm tired out loud about 3 times a day.
That's all?
Yeah, I've said it about 20 already this morning.
We're overachievers.
Boy, this is one that I really get annoyed with when I go through the fast food line. Don't give me 100 ketchups, because that's costing somebody money somewhere, right? Yes. Do you know what I'm talking about? I kind of get, not like I get upset, but I kind of get discouraged. I'm like, that's such a waste. And I don't throw away anything. I'm like a hoarder of stuff. And if you go into our refrigerator, we have a whole tray designated for all those packets, and it's overflowing right now. 10 billion. Listen to this. 10 billion with a B condiment packets are thrown away each year and never even used. 10 billion. And let's just say, for fun, what do you think each one of those is worth? Maybe 2 cents? Would that be? Maybe. You want to up it to 5 just to be fair? Let's just give it 5.
That's a lot.
You think so? 3.
Yeah.
We'll settle on 3. So 10 billion.
I like the way you just negotiated with yourself. You played both of our roles.
Now that's 10 million, right? I'm really bad at.
We're gonna pray for Bridget.
Yeah.
The other Bridget.
There's 1 billion. Okay, there's 10 billion,
Okay.
right? So we're gonna say, let's say that each one of them is just worth 3 cents. That's $300 million a year. 300 million.
Yeah.
Can you just save some of those and give Bridget and I a little bit, both Bridget's and I, a little bit of the
There's
money?
all 3 of us. I mean, just that's $100 million each.
Yeah, please. $300 million if they were valued at 3 cents a piece. Yeah. Yikes. 1 out of every 200 people has an extra rib. 1 of every 200.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? 1 of extra.
Can we sell those?
Yes.
We were talking about,
you could
making some extra money.
Yeah, they have. It's like Parachute does the plasma here in town. We ought to open up a rib one.
Right.
Call it Riblet. Just come on into Riblets.
Maybe that's where McDonald's gets theirs.
It's the McRib right there. I don't know if I'm going to eat one of those now. I really used to like them. In a survey, pet owners were asked, if you could ask your pet one question, what would it be?
Why?
What would you ask your pet?
Why?
Why?
It's my current, my situation with my current dog is she's very dictatorial. You really need to meet Kringle sometime to understand. She is 7 pounds of sheer dictator. I love her. I love her almost as much as she loves herself.
Well, the number one question that most people would on the survey, they said they would ask their pet, do you like your food?
Oh.
I wouldn't ask them that.
Kringle doesn't like anything.
My dogs eat it up like crazy.
Yeah.
Did you know this? If you have more than 1 child, you probably do a load of laundry every night or morning. Yes, because we have they call it like we have a cycle on the dryer, the steamer cycle.
Oh.
And so I throw, and it's an old washer and dryer, but it has that built in. And I throw my
Gets out
pants.
wrinkles.
Yeah, every single morning, I'll take off my pants and shirt that's in the closet. I'll take them off the hanger, and I'll throw them in there and put it on the de-wrinkle cycle. And every morning, there's always clothes that have dried overnight in that dryer. And then my wife gets mad because I take them out and I dump them on the bed.
I was about to say, that's Bridget telling you it's...
Yeah, they get dumped on the bed.
There's Kringle.
Oh, see, and it looks like a little sweet, lovable puppy.
She sure does.
Oh, man. In a survey, lottery players would ask what they would do if they won the big jackpot. What do you think the number one answer was?
Oh. Pay bills?
They would start their own business.
Oh, okay.
Number 2, this is not a good one, says they would get a divorce. That's
wow.
not good. But that's from a survey.
That's what people are saving money for.
Number 1, to start their own business. I would agree with that one. A couple of other things, too. Only 1 in 15 who watch a movie actually watch the credits. I don't watch the credits unless they're forced. No, even if they're the beginning, I'll fast forward through them. I watched Rat Race the other day. Have you ever seen that movie? Funny movie. 3 to 5 minutes at the beginning was nothing but credits, and they were annoying credits of cartoons figures bouncing around that weren't even related to the movie. And I was like, fast forward.
The credits are the thing at the end, aren't they?
Well, sometimes they do. At the end, but they'll do like credits at the beginning sometimes too. I always fast forward through those.
What's a grip? That's what I wonder when I see the credits.
Like a key grip? I should know this.
Like they'll show, so-and-so grip. And I'm like, what
I think it's the person that holds onto the camera real tight. No, I'm just kidding. A grip is a technician responsible for rigging and operating equipment that supports cameras. So it kind of was. And lighting, ensuring the desired shots are achieved while ensuring safety on the set.
That's an important job.
Citation, Google Labs AI, by the way.
We should definitely pay more attention to the credits. Those are important people.
They are. Well, hey, a lot of you are joining in. We'll get to that impossible question in just a few moments, but many of you have texted in this morning for a chance to win this beautiful gift basket.
It really is.
Courtesy of Steadfast Creations, just in time for St. Patrick's Day. And do they still have that rule if you don't wear green, you get pinched on St. Patrick's Day?
People say that, but let me tell you,
with a
name like Shannon Bridget Maloney, I'm about as Irish as they come. you don't want to be pinching an Irish girl.
Don't be pinching.
You do that once.
All right, well, let's head over to that 0 Degree Creations phone and text line.
The box is so pretty. Did you notice it has
it's got
flowers and shamrock on the box?
Yeah, it's got a little bit there. This should have been for you, Bridget.
Oh, no. It can't be on the show and win the same day. I heard that yesterday.
Yeah, it's a rule. Let's say you got to answer the phone to win, though, and here we go.
Hello?
Hi, this is Earl P. Wiggles here from City of Huntsville. How are you doing? I'm just kidding. I don't want to joke with you. You're a new caller. It's Rob from the morning show.
Yes, sir.
I couldn't joke with you. If I knew you, I would have joked with you, okay? But I don't know you, I don't think. So who are we speaking with this morning?
Deanna Brayshaw.
Hey, you just texted in, right? You comment. Wow. Well, congratulations. I'm Rob here with Bridget Maloney.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
You've won our gift today. We had I'm looking here this morning. We had about 8 or 9 people text in this morning, and you were the winner. So congratulations.
It's really nice. It's
a
nice gift basket.
Thank you.
You're here in Huntsville?
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, let me ask you a question real quick. How long have you been here?
Since 82.
Since 82. Awesome. And how did you find out about our show this morning?
I just happened, accidentally, to move on to it. I was watching another broadcast.
Well, perfect.
I was on a prayer broadcast, and then as I flipped it upward when it ended, I was on your show.
Boy, how great is it? Well, something's working in our favor then. That's great. So
that's the first time that's happened to me, so I was surprised.
Yeah, well, we've been doing this show now in fact, Monday was our 2-year anniversary. Today is our 469th episode. We do this every morning from 7:30 to 8:30, and all we do is promote the good. We don't get into any political things or anything like that. We just promote the good in our community. So you hopped on at the right time. Well, perfect.
All right, that was interesting.
Yeah, well, hey, before you go, Bridget's my co-host guest today. Normally I have Pastor Jason Bay from First Baptist on with us on Thursdays, but we always ask our guests a question, and the question is, what are you thankful for?
What are you thankful
for? So Bridget's going to ask you.
What are you thankful for today?
Well, this morning I was thankful for the Word of God
Amen. Well, yes, ma'am. Absolutely. We love that.
that leads, guides, and directs us. We're sure to be able to hold on if we believe His Word.
Well, that's right. We agree 100% with you. Well, hey, congratulations. We'll text you back here in a moment on how you can pick up that prize, and we hope you'll continue watching, all right?
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a blessed day.
God bless you. You too. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Boy, I love that. Just flipping and then
Yes.
boom. Got the old flipping dip today. See, I joke around with some people, and she was such a sweet lady that I just couldn't joke around with.
I love that she was praying and it came to you.
And then I was going to be like, this is old Wilford Wiggles from the city, and your water's leaking, and we going. Can I give a shout out to the city real quick?
Yes.
I had a major water leak that was not my problem. Well, it was my problem.
It became your problem.
It was on my side of the meter, so it was my problem. And I was ready to pay for it. Mm-hmm. It's not the city's fault that my pipe broke on my side. But it broke, and Bridget saw it the night we were going to leave for church. I had to skip church that morning. Water was literally like a geyser coming out. And I found it easily because it had already eroded all the ground, and it was like,
oh my goodness,
it's like Yellowstone, the geysers there just shooting out of the ground. And I got the water shut off on the city side. I had a tool, thank you, and I got it shut off because we had to get it cut off. You're not going to get mad about that. And I fixed it all, but my water bill, when it's normally $40, is about $175 that month. Wow. They said, Rob, bring in your receipts and tell us what happened, and we do have a leak rate. And I didn't know about that. My buddy Curtis told me to call your city. He lives in Georgetown. He said, call the city. They probably have a program to help. They do. And so they said, we'll adjust it on your next bill and give you credit. So if you have an issue, instead of rushing to social media and bashing, can you just please call people and let them help you? So, all right. Well, the answer to that impossible question, Bridget Maloney, it was 70% of women crave this when pregnant. You said pickles and possibly ice cream. Nachos was the number one answer.
I crave those during high school football games.
Nachos. Did you get do you like the jalapeno on it?
Yes.
You have to.
Yes.
You know what I like? The Rico's nachos. The little Rico's brand, and it's the little, you get them at sporting events, little round nacho.
Oh, okay.
With that really healthy cheese.
Yes.
So
I've sometimes work in the concession stand out at the HISD stadium, and I just love making those.
Yeah. It was pretty neat. We several other people. We'll get to these and then we'll sign off. We got a lot cooking today. Nobody brought us the tacos. That's okay. Tomorrow.
I'm not bitter.
What was the? Can I say so? It is our Thankful Thursday. There were things. This is a serious thing. I never realized this. There were things in my life that I was extremely bitter about, and I held on to those for so long. I think we all, at some point, kind of get, we get wrapped up. We may think about something. We may have some bitterness. I didn't realize that bitterness that I had was turning into a sin. And you think about it, because all of a sudden now you're focusing on that bitterness and those things. And I finally had to give. I just had to let that go.
Yeah, it just comes between you and doing anything productive. It becomes the center of everything.
And you know this. I mean, I know that you still fill in as pastor sometimes, but you had pastored for over 30 years, which I don't know how because you're only 33.
I know, right? I started young.
But it really is. And I want to encourage people today. If there's something, I understand that people have been through a lot. There's people that are watching or listening to the show that have been through unimaginable things, that if you went through something like that, I'm so sorry that you had to endure it, whatever it may be. But those things can also lead to bitterness, and understandably so in some cases. But this morning, really pray about it and just pray for that bitterness to, can't say to leave you, but pray that you allow God to take control of that and help you with it. There were things in my life that I was so bitter about. I'd wake up every morning thinking about it, and it would be on my mind from the morning. And I'm not saying that every bit of bitterness can be a sin. For me, it was a sin because of the actions that I was taking because of it. Being upset and calling people and saying mean things to people because of it. That's where the sin started. But this morning, friends, you can't change what happened to you, and you're never going to forget. But I want to encourage you this morning, give those things to the Lord and allow Him to take up that bitterness and walk with Him. It's not going to change the fact that something happened. It's not going to change the fact that the hurt is going to be there, but allow him to bring some healing in your life. Amen. It's not easy. It's not easy, but you got to do it. So speaking of good people, Jamie Saucier, good morning, friends.
Good morning, Jamie. You know, my first real job in Huntsville, I worked with Jamie's wife, Nina.
Really?
I worked for Dr. Stan Hines.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
Boy, I love that. Carolyn Gibson. Do you know Carolyn?
I don't.
She's the grandmother of Huntsville. Terrific Thursday, showing the Hornet green heart.
Love it.
Jennifer Augustinetti joining us every morning. She's chiming in saying, good morning. Thankful Thursday. I'm thankful for the rain we received last night. She even said, y'all have a blessed day. Quentin Glaze, our number one engager, chiming in. Good morning to you. Autumn Wheaton, always joining us. She said, loving my breakfast tacos from Sandra's Kitchen. Well, we would love them too, Autumn.
Is Autumn sitting out there on the curb?
Yeah, Autumn, are you here? Kyle Kreiner joining us. Good morning to you. Jason Thompson from Guardian Defense on with us. Good morning, Kyle. Boy, Jason's a good dude. You know, he works his tail off and just loves on people. He's a great guy. Love seeing you on this morning, brother. My sister, good morning, Huntsville. Happy Thursday. My Bridget joining this morning, saying good morning with the sunshine. Billy joining. Billy Cawthon saying
hey,
good
Billy
morning.
Cawthon.
Look, got a little smiley face there on this morning. Anna Marie joining us. Do I know? No, Asa. I know Asa. Do you know Asa? Asa, so good to see you this morning. She works for Huntsville ISD.
I probably know her.
Yeah, if you see her, you'll know her. She's one of our good friends of this program, and she doesn't get to watch often, but she's joining us this morning. Phyllis Dillard, good morning to you. Joyce Parrish, hello again. And I'm just kind of scrolling through here. Many of you are commenting in.
You know what Billy Cawthon got me to do?
What was that?
I sold chopped beef sandwiches for the Girl Scouts.
Did you really?
I did. Me, a vegetarian. That is how persuasive Billy Cawthon is.
There he is. That's great. Billy, don't ask me to do anything that I won't want to do because you'll persuade me probably too.
No, I didn't even not want to do it. It's like, it's for the kids. All right. I'm on it.
Deanna Brayshaw joining us. She's the one who won.
Just won, yes.
Just a few moments ago. Deborah. It's Steadfast Keepsakes. What was I saying? Steadfast Creation. I think
so.
Yeah, Steadfast Keepsakes. Sorry,
She
Deborah.
creates them and then you keep them.
Yeah, except I don't keep the name correctly, so sorry about that, Deborah. Elle Turpinning joining us this morning. I think Elle is in New Waverly, and so good to see you this morning. Deborah Perez, I don't know if I've seen you on before, Deborah. Good morning to you. Joyce Parrish was saying hello to Miss Brayshaw as well, and my sister was saying, by the way, she craved cereal when she was pregnant.
Oh, that kind of a comfort food from childhood.
They have some sort of like berry Cheerios that are really good.
I haven't had cereal in ages.
Next time you're on. Next Friday. When are you coming? Is it next Friday?
Next Friday.
Next Friday. I'm bringing you some cereal and Sandra's bean and cheese. Have you ever been to Sandra's Tacos?
No, I don't even know where Sandra's is.
Right around the corner. Right next to the bus stop. I'm bringing you bean and cheese breakfast tacos.
Right.
Are you a bean and cheese guy?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. Next week, bean and cheese Friday.
Well, hey, that'll wrap it up again. Go online for more information regarding this bond coming up. Get all the facts.
Please, please, please don't hear and take in everything that you see on social media. Go get the facts. You can get them directly from the website, HuntsvilleMemorial.com. Again, roll over that About menu and get that
That's
information.
just good advice in general.
Yeah, not just for this bond.
Just operate on the facts.
Mm-hmm. There you go. That's the word of the day, operate on facts. My dad would always say, like, that's a fact, Jack. That's what he would say. Yeah. And he would also tell me, I posted last night, I'll end with this because I really do. I miss my dad. And I kind of teared. I was laying down in bed last night and I was just, I was thinking about my little girl, and we're in this bad routine where I have to lay with her so she'll fall asleep. But she's sleeping in her big bed now. But I was just thinking about being a dad last night as she was falling asleep. We got through reading and praying, and I started thinking about my dad. And I said, man, I wish my dad could be here to see my little girl. And I teared up a little bit. And I guess maybe I was making a noise and didn't realize it. Well, Braylon woke up, and she's like, are you crying, Daddy? And I didn't. I was like, oh, no. Some water hit me, sweetheart, from my drink. She's like, okay. And then she fell back asleep. But I was thinking about it, and this past week has just been crazy. There's a lot going on. Our children haven't been feeling well. Bridget's been working long hours, and I call my mom and I talk to her a lot, and I tell her what's on my mind. And I love having my mom because she just listens. But I used to do the same with my dad.
Yeah.
Now my mom was a lot more compassionate. I always enjoyed my dad, though. He was compassionate, too. But I always enjoyed my dad because he just told it how it was. Mm-hmm. And every time I would call him and start venting or complaining about something that was going on, he would always tell me, you wanted it, you got it. And I miss hearing that from my dad because it was like a dose of truth that I need to hear in that moment. When I had my IT business, I would always call my dad. And I'm like, you're not going to believe what this person did this and this and that. And he'd go, wait a minute, son. He goes, you're busy. That's a blessing. And he goes, and remember, you wanted this, you got it. That's what he would always tell me. And that would help me.
Right.
Because the truth from my dad. And then the second thing is he would always hang up the phone. Before he would hang up the phone, he would always say, remember, son, I love you.
Yeah.
That's what I miss the most was my dad. So that's
my dad was good about that. And when my dad passed away, just knowing that those were the last words we spoke.
Yeah.
Meant a lot.
We got to see my dad the 2 days. Didn't know he was going to pass. Got to see him 2 days. We went up to visit him on a Sunday at the hospital. And thought he'd be fine. I mean, my dad was a pretty tough guy, so he was always finding ways to get better, and didn't realize he had cancer. Didn't realize he made it sound like it was no big deal, but we'd later find out that it actually progressed a lot more, esophageal cancer. And I'll never forget. I just felt this urge that we needed to pray with him, and so we all gathered around. We just all prayed, and then he said, "I love you, son," and we left. And then he said, "Please." He was always worried about us. He said, please call me when you get home. Because he was in Temple, so it was, 2.5 hours back home for us. And I called him, and that's the last thing that my dad told me was, I love you.
Yeah.
Braylon, this kind of broke my heart because Braylon had, and I still have the recording of Braylon, but Braylon was trying to say, I love you, Papa. But he had already hung up. And I said, well, let's record it and send it to him on text message. Mm-hmm. We sent it to him. He never got to hear that, though, because, when I got his phone, I found out my dad had messed up his messages on his phone, and they were grouping them incorrectly. And I was wondering why the last 2 weeks he never responded to my text messages. It's because he accidentally had me excluded from some group.
Accidentally?
Yeah, it was. He had it filtered wrong, and it was only showing certain things. But I saved that still to this day. And she had told him numerous times, but it was the sweetest little voice. My little girl was going, I love you, Papa. And that was the last thing that we ever sent my dad. So I say all that not to be sad. I say it this morning
That's a good reminder to say that to people, though.
And that's why I'm saying it. Maybe there's somebody in your life this morning that you haven't talked to in a while. And maybe it's not even for a bad reason. You just haven't talked to them in a while. Pick up the phone and call them today. Maybe it's somebody you love very dearly. You just haven't talked to them in a while. Pick up the phone and just tell them you're thinking of them and tell them you love them. Because you never know. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. I always say things in the past because I don't want to jinx it. Something could have happened to us yesterday. I don't want to say something could happen to us after the show. So I'll say something could have happened to us yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, Bridget,
I love you,
thank
Rob,
you. Yeah.
and I appreciate what you do for
Love
Huntsville.
you too, Bridget. Thank you. Appreciate all that you do. Bridget Maloney, doing great work here. If you see her around town, give her a hug. Tell her you appreciate her, and let's continue to do the good here in our community.
Let's do it.
Hey, we love you. We'll be back at it tomorrow as we wrap up the show on a very, very faithful Friday. We'll be with Billy Cawthon, Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, and here is a cool deal. We will have two guests on tomorrow. Tara Burnett, Hearts Veterans Museum, joining us. And then right after Tara, we're going to have Michelle Spencer talking about Rotary Wine Quest. So did you show up to that? You said there was like what was the Saint, what was it? Saint Bridget. It wasn't Saint Bridget, was it?
Yes, who changed water into beer.
Yeah. So if you could just show up to Wine Quest, and I know it's wine.
Wine Quest is fun. If you have not been to Wine Quest, you want to go. And if you've already been, you want to go back. And it is all for such great causes. So tune in tomorrow and hear about it.
Yeah, and I was going to say, you could save our club a lot of money, though, if you just show up and bring water.
Oh, I didn't know you were in Rotary. I'm trying to sell you on Wine Quest.
Yeah, see, I'm trying to sell you on, we don't need it, just show up.
Just show up, okay.
Turn it to what it needs to be. No, I'm just kidding. We'll see you tomorrow, 7:30. Hey, as I end every show, reminding you that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We're really not. So please, provide a word of encouragement and lend a hand of support. I guarantee that somebody out there needs you. Until next time, good morning, Huntsville, and God bless. We'll see you. Thank you, Bridget.
Thanks.